Oh my God. I'm so tired. It's like 6:30 in the morning and I'm not able to sleep. I don't know if I'll be able to sleep today. I barely slept all night. And the reason why I didn't have a video up yesterday is because I've just been engrossed in thought the entire day yesterday. It was just so intense that I wasn't able to put up a video. And even though this is something that I committed to, like I committed to making these videos every day, it's for myself just as much or more than it is for you guys. It's really important to me to keep making these videos because it's like this one thing that I've committed to, and it's a promise to myself. And I really believe that when you commit to things, anything in life, you start to create a sense of stability for yourself. And whatever it is, like you commit to a relationship, you commit to like a certain lifestyle, you commit to going on the treadmill every day, commit to making a video every day. I've committed to this relationship with my YouTube channel, so I'm gonna make it work. And it really made me feel stable. Committing to a plan, which was basically to get this, second place rented out and basically live with other people, primarily moving in with my ex, because I don't know if you remember the videos earlier this year, which were about my breakup. A big reason why we broke up was money, and at least in my mind, I didn't feel financially secure. I never feel financially secure, and I always am struggling, and I just felt like he didn't really understand or care about that. I just felt like he was like fine and happy with just living anywhere. Like I'd be like, yeah, like when like he just didn't care about food or a place to live or anything. He was just fine with like he was just fine with whatever. And I just felt like if I would have stayed with him under those terms, I would have become the provider. And I know that I would have become the provider because he was not the kind of person that gave a shit about money. And the thing about people who don't give a shit about money, it sounds nice. It sounds like, oh, they're low maintenance. Oh, they're not very materialistic. But usually what ends up happening is they become dependent on the people around them. So whoever's around them is going to have to foot the bill for whatever's going on, whatever happens, people tend to not care about money until they have to care about money. And chances are when you're with someone who doesn't care about money, who chronically doesn't care about money, you're going to be the one who's forced to care about money more because if they're not going to address those issues, someone has to address the issues. And if you're more of like the kind of if you're more OCD like me and you're more of like a thinker and problem solver constantly, you're going to like be the first one to be trying to solve those issues. So, but anyway, he did, after I broke up with him and he moved back to Minnesota, he like, he did, and he's way smarter than me. He's way more skilled. And so he went and he figured things out. He set things up in a very short time. He's kicking ass. And so now he's like, all right, move in with me. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, that would really make me feel a lot better. But that actually made me feel amazing for a few days, just committing to this plan of like, wow, I get to rent out the second place. And I have a place to live where someone is taking care of me and I can live with him and he's gonna pay the bills. But I realized, and this is really upsetting to realize, but it's just a fact of life, that money is not the only thing, like after, money is the most important thing, but after money, I just have so many needs and I don't feel like comfortable bringing them up to him because it's like, now what? After all this hassle that he went through to fill the money need, there's so many more needs after that. Like, I just have so many needs. Like, I get bored if I'm in like a certain place the whole time. Like, I want to be able to like go out and do stuff. My needs, like, I get depressed when it's cold, so I need sunlight. I need to make friends, so like I get scared, like in a city, in Twin Cities. That is really the most lefty place that I've ever been in, and I feel like so I feel so burned from living in lefty cities, like that's why I moved to Texas. And I just like, I don't really feel like I don't feel optimistic about trying to make friends in Twin Cities, especially because I'm such a public person on the internet. And like people, people look me up and they immediately are like, okay, this is a crazy right-wing chick. And and that's fine if you're in Texas and people don't really care as much, but like Twin Cities, they do care. Like, ugh, they totally do care. And it doesn't make them bad, it just makes it that like it's just another thing that freaks me out. And I know that I'm gonna have to shrink in order to be in that kind of environment. I'm gonna have to like be less of myself. I'm gonna have to like, and so there's needs such as, I want to have a family and I want to have kids. I want to be my own person. My own person meaning like, I don't want to necessarily be separate from a partner, but like I want to still be able to maintain my sense of identity. And like with a guy that, he already is established, already has friends, family, already has like a bunch of kids that are almost my age. There's just like so much there. And especially if those kids think I'm like evil trumper person, like they're, it's all people. Nobody likes their step parents. Imagine if you're a lefty in the most lefty city in America and your stepmom and your dad gets like this young stepmom and she's like a Trumpy. There's just so many issues, and I feel like I have so many needs, and it's the relationship has gotten to a place where I've become a nagging woman. That's what I've become. I've become a nagging woman, and like I hate that. I hate being a nagging woman. I hate being the kind of person that makes a man shut down because I just have too many needs and too many complaints, and like I don't know how to say them in a way, I don't want to like bother him, and so I don't bring it up. And when it does come out, it comes out in an angry or insulting or panicky way, and that is a recipe for making a man shut down even more. And so like it's just like the relationship has just sunk, and he has really put a lot of effort, like, he's with the money stuff, for example, his health, that was another thing that was really like a big thing for me, like I needed him to focus on his health. And I know that he's doing that, but like I just don't want to be like the crazy nagging woman that makes you go to the doctor, that you know. And I know that like guys do listen to their partners. They go to the doctor because their wife told them to, or you know, all that. So like I don't want to be that crazy nagging woman. I feel like I'm being emotionally draining to my partner. I just have seen so many men being in relationships where they hate their lives. They hate their wives because their wives are always nagging them. And I meet as a single woman, you know, when I'm in a better place. I'm not in such a good place right now, emotionally. But when I'm in a better place, usually, and I'm like all dressed up, wearing my high heels, looking hot, I'll meet guys, like married men, who like come up to me, and this has happened so many times, either married men or men that are in like very long-term relationships, and they'll come up to me and be like, and this has happened a few times, where a man will be like, yeah, you're so cool, you're so chill and easygoing. I wish my wife was more like you. Or I wish my girlfriend or my fiance or whatever was more like you. And like this has happened multiple times when a guy, and twice it has happened in front of the partner. You know, like either the partner was like standing there having a conversation with someone else, or she was like there and watching, but like I think in both situations the partners had a chance of hearing. Like like I wish my partner was more like you. And this woman, you could tell this woman looks tired. She looks exhausted. She looks like she hasn't slept in years. She has a bunch of kids running around. And I just think to myself, this guy whose wife is like a 30 or 40 something year old woman who's dealing with like all these kids, all these bills, like help me with how, you know, nagging him to make money, pay the bills, take care of the kids, take care of your health, this and that, you know, like all these things, is wishing that his wife is like me, a single woman who only has to worry about myself. Like, as stressed out as I am, I only have to worry about Pardes. That is like the extent of my stress. So like I can barely take care of Pardes without being stressed out. Is that crazy? Like I can barely survive without feeling stressed out. I can't imagine taking on the role of nagging woman and like and not going crazy. Like I'm already going crazy trying to survive myself, trying to figure all this out, you know, like the real estate stuff. Like I mean, it's scary. It's really scary for me. And like, you know, I'm 28, approaching 29. Like I feel like time is running out. You know, I want to have kids, I want to get married and all that stuff, but like I can't imagine at the level of stress that I'm in having to take on role of nagging woman. I don't want to be anybody's nagging woman. Like I want these to be things that a man takes care of because he sees that as important to take care of, not because I nagged him to do it. Like go to the doctor, go to the gym, take care of your finances, like do these things because you want to, because you and I have the same dreams and goals, and our dreams and goals coincide and we can pursue those things together, you know. And I can barely keep my head up above the water. So like I don't even need a man to like help me keep my head above the water. I just need to know that a man is gonna at the very least keep his own head above the water so that down the line I won't have to pick up the slack. Because like, a guy will do anything to make a woman like want to be with him, but once it's locked down, like, there's no reason to do any of that stuff. And then you as a woman become left with all that baggage. And so anyway, I'm still sick. I've been praying a lot. I had a gummy yesterday, not, today it wore off. But, praying, meditating, thinking. I played music. I'm sitting in this closet because I've been just sitting in this, doing organizing, cleaning up. It just feels like the work is endless. It's just endless work. And today I'm about to put in my quitting letter to the restaurant. Just because whether I end up staying in Dallas or I end up renting out the condo right now and going to live in Mexico, this restaurant situation is like unnecessary at this point, because it's just not enough money, and I'd be making more if I rented out the condo. So that's kind of a sign that it's not where I need to be right now. So, and then also, like, they're just, the managers are getting annoyed, and the other coworkers are getting annoyed because I'm taking so many trips, and, like, I get it, I don't think that I fit their needs at the moment. So, yeah, it's, like, I know it's a really long video, and it's, but I guess it's kind of making up for why I've been so radio silent yesterday. And a big thing that I realize, like, for myself and for all people in general, especially women, is that because we're eager to please, oftentimes we won't communicate what we're thinking, feeling, needing, because we're afraid that it's going to be too much. We're going to come off as nagging. We're going to come off as and the funny thing is, like, the more afraid you are of being nagging, the more nagging you get, because it's like this internal battle where you're telling yourself, stop complaining, and then your inner child is like, but I want to complain, and then has like 10 more complaints. And so it's just a battle, and you need, for women especially, like, it's really important, for women especially, but anyone who feels like they're being too nagging or too much in a relationship, it's really important to, first of all, tell yourself it's okay to have a lot of needs. Like, it's okay to express your needs, because, like, everybody has needs. So that's the first thing. It's okay to have needs. It's okay to express yourself and all that. And the second thing is, like, make sure that you're around people that can handle your needs, that you believe, that you trust are going to be able to handle your needs. Because if you don't trust that someone can handle your needs, they might be able to handle your needs, but if you don't trust it, like, you're just not going to have a good relationship with them, because you're going to have this, like, back and forth, and you're going to spiral into becoming a nagging person, because you're going to, like, not tell them what your needs are. Your needs won't be met, and then you'll blow up at it. You'll have a temper tantrum or whatever. You'll, like, freak out. You'll panic, and they're going to be blindsided. And then the type of dynamic that you're going to have with them is that they're going to shut down, because they're going to think that anytime you have a need, it's going to always be like this intense, scary thing. Whereas, like, if you had just accepted that your needs are valid and that you trust that they can help you, you would just communicate it in, like, a healthy, normal way. So anyway, that's just, lessons for life 101 as I get older and more experienced. So, cool. I really appreciate you guys watching. Like I said, I get so much more out of these videos than you guys do. So, like this video if you like it, and see you in tomorrow's video.